everyone, this is Lisa, and today we're going to talk about some au pair stuff. As some of you might know, I used to be an au pair from September 2013 to 2014, and that was literally the best year ever, so I decided to film some videos on it. I used to do that when I was there, but like the quality, bitch. Laptop webcam and no cuts at all for like a 20-minute rambling. What the heck? Like, I can't even believe that several thousands of people watched that. But whatever. I decided to just restart this whole thing because I know that there are a lot of you out there who want to be an au pair and that don't really know how the whole process works and like in general how it is to be an au pair. So for starting off and giving you a quick overlook, I thought I might do the au pair tag. So the problem with the tag is that I found pre-au pair tags and already an au pair tag and stuff like that, but not really a tag that fit me because I haven't been an au pair for like almost 2 years. So I decided to just do a mixture of questions, and I wrote 12 of them down, and I'm just gonna go ahead and answer them for you guys. Alright, the first question is, why did you decide to become an au pair in the first place? After finishing school, I was like, okay, I can't keep on studying right now. My head is gonna like explode or something. Also, since I'm half American anyways, my heart was in America. So since I always liked and used to work with kids, the au pair program seemed quite attractive to me. I just thought that that was the right program for me to get out after school and see stuff, but on the other hand, just, you know, live in a family and get to know the culture and stuff, if that makes sense. So yeah, I guess that was just the right program for me. Second question is, which agency did you go with? So the agency I originally wanted to go with is Au Pair in America, but they kind of didn't really let me because I'm half American and my mom has the American citizenship, and then they said that would probably cause troubles when I would get my visa. So it never ended up to get me in any trouble, but they just didn't let me. So my second choice was yearinfluenced, that's what it's called here in Germany, but the American partner is Au Pair Care. And I have to say, I've been really happy with this agency. Like, they support me all the way. My area directors were great, and I don't know, I just got everything I needed, and they were, like, compared to other agencies like Cultural Care, they were pretty cheap, so it was perfect. The third question is, how did the application process go? So the application process, I have to admit, is kind of exhausting. Like, there's so much to do. Like, you have to film a video, which is the most fun part, to be honest, and then you have to like fill out a ton of forms. It is a lot of effort you have to put in there, but I think it's worth it. Since you're so excited to do that whole thing, you don't really notice how much work it actually is. Like, my parents were so much more annoyed by it than I was, I think. Okay, the fourth question is, what was your first impression of your family and your new American home? Oh my gosh, that was so exciting. Like, even thinking about it, I'm getting so excited. On the day that I was supposed to fly to San Antonio, where I was an au pair, by the way, my flight was canceled. Like, we were sitting at the New York airport for 17 hours until they actually said it was canceled, and then they sent us back to the hotel for like 2 hours, and then we were brought back to the airport to fly the next day. And since this changed, I arrived like during the day, and both of my host parents unfortunately had to work. So the au pair that was there before me picked me up from the airport, but that was okay. Like, we got along quite well. And yeah, she brought me home, and like probably just the weather and the house together already made me like, whoa. That was just like an insane impression. Everything was just so overwhelming and so different from what I knew at home. So that just, I don't know, the home already blew me away. In the afternoon, I got to know my host family, and I don't know, they're just so nice people. I thought that from the beginning, and that still hasn't changed. Like, they are so generous, they are so nice, and they're so down to earth. I love that. I felt home from second one. Question 5 is, What were your biggest fears? So my biggest fear was definitely the fear of my year not going the way I wanted it to. Although you say you don't really expect anything, you always go there with quite an expectation, I guess. Okay, I have to say that since my family was so nice from the beginning and they were always so helpful and so, I don't know, they were grateful that I came to help them out. So I wasn't really like scared to go there. But obviously you always have fears that your expectations won't be fulfilled, or that you will miss your family too much, or I don't know, that things will happen that you don't expect or that you think you wouldn't be able to handle. But I don't know, I just never really had any fears, I guess. It was just pure excitement, I would say. Question 6 is, what did a day in your life look like there? And I think this is really hard to just quickly answer, but I'm gonna try to. A day in my life basically looked like that. I got up at like 5:30 in the morning because my host mom always had to leave like super early, and my host dad worked in Minnesota for 2 weeks out of a month. So it was just the kids, my host mom, and me for half the month. And that was like the more exhausting part because my host mom had to get up so early and she came back so late that I basically had to cover the whole day. But that was okay because when my host dad was there, I barely had to work at all, to be honest. Because the kids obviously, like when they see their dad after 2 weeks, they want to be picked up from school by their dad. So I had to get up the kids in the morning. Well, most of the time the mom already like woke them up, but then I had to like actually wake them up. Like there's the stage in between sleep and being awake. That's where they were when I received the kids, basically. And I had to make them breakfast, I had to get them ready for school, all of that procedure. I drove them to school, I dropped them off, and then I was basically off like until 3 p.m. And then at 3 p.m. I had to pick them up at carpool in school, and then we either went home and had like, I don't know, lunch, like a snack, and we did some homework, practiced piano and stuff like that, or we just went to karate, which they did, or they also had piano lessons on the weekends. So it really depended on what day in the week it was. But yeah, like my day was always pretty chilled, I guess. Okay, question number 7 is, what did you miss the most when you were in America? I basically had everything I needed over there and more, so I didn't really miss anything besides my family. Question number 8 is, did you extend? No, I did not extend my year. I thought about it with my best friend together, but the fact was that my family was moving away from Texas to Hawaii. I feel like my year was in Texas, and Hawaii was just like a really nice way to just end this whole thing. And obviously it hurts, and you're gonna miss your host family, and you're gonna miss your friends and your life there, but also I already had my spot in college here, so it was kind of a given that I wouldn't extend. Question number 9 is, did your year go as you expected it to go? As I already said, like, you feel like you should not have any expectations, but you always do. And my only expectation was to be happy and like find good friends and stuff like that. So I guess my expectations were fulfilled. Number 10 is, which places did you go visit? Okay, so lucky me, my family traveled a lot. Like I went to 6 different states, and I'm super happy about that, and I think I'm gonna do a video on that too because that's like a lot to talk about. But in general, I went to New York, I went to Chicago, I went to like all the big cities in Texas like Dallas and Austin, Houston, San Antonio and stuff like that. Obviously because I lived in San Antonio. I went to Seattle, Washington, and to LA, and all like San Diego and stuff like that. And I went to Hawaii, and I went to Oahu where I lived, and the Big Island as well. Question 11 is, how has the year influenced your life and you as a person? Honestly, I have to say it influenced me so much. Like, okay, my English was pretty good before, but if you never use it, it's just not as good as if you use it all the time. So like my English got so much better, and it feels so much more natural for me to talk English than before. And obviously like I got to see so many places, and I don't know, I feel like I grew so much because I had to face so many things on my own. And if you have to do that, like you kind of grow more mature like this. And also like all the friends I have now and all the different family that I have in the US, and also like my friends all over the world. Like my best friend is in Sweden, and I have a friend in South Africa, and like my 2 French girls, and I have a girl that I know in South Germany now, and a Brazilian girl. And I don't know, I have so many friends that are international, which is like so nice. And that is like something that I would say made me grow as a person. I don't know, it's just really nice to be able to say I lived out of the country for 1 year. Also, I have a family that lives on Hawaii now, so I don't know, who doesn't want that, I guess. Oh, number 12 is so hard. It's what is my number 1 advice for future au pairs? I guess that 1 is definitely to really think your decision through, and like, yeah, really make sure to get the perfect family. I mean, you can always reimagine, obviously, like through the internet, it's always a different thing than like talking in person, but I feel like having the right family is like 60% of it. Like if you have a good family, like you're covered. And then I really have to say, I mean, you earn about $200 a week as an au pair, which is quite a lot of money considering that you don't really have to spend it on anything. Don't try to save up your money. That sounds so stupid, but literally just go out and spend it. Like do as much as you can, experience as much as you can, do stuff with friends, go places, like travel. Like use your money that you have there. Like you can get back home and save money there, but as long as you're there, you're never gonna have the chance to like do that again. So just use your money and like explore, like live your life, girl. That's like my number 1 advice, I guess. Those were 2 advices, but like those were my 2 number 1 advices. Alright, this is it for this tag. I answered all the 12 questions. I'm gonna link them down below in case you want to do it yourself or want to tag someone. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little video. Let me know in the comments if you have any other ideas that are like au pair related or not. If you have any questions, just, you know, let me know, girl. And yeah, with that, I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!